How y'all feeling? I'm Trendsetter Shady, the leader of the division, and this is the Shady Show. You already know, real life, real people, real talk. This picture here on the screen is a very special picture for me. This is a cousin of mine. She was murdered 2002, beginning of 2002. She was hit by a car, hit and run accident, and she succumbed to her injuries. One of the most special people ever in this world to me. And today we celebrate her life. It's my cousin Dion. I want to let her know I love her. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I want to get off my chest. And I want to let my family know I love them too. It's my baby right here. Everybody know who Dion is from the hood. Can't nobody finger wave better than my motherfucking cousin. And if she seen me rolling this big ass motherfucking dude right here, she would have asked for some of that shit. And I'm just keeping it a buck. You feel me? So shout out to my motherfucking dog. But we got a great show for y'all today, man. I got 3 guests. When they not even guests, man. It's they crib too, for real, for real. Ain't got their feet all up in the fucking furniture. So I think he run the house. You know what I mean? It's just shit that's crazy. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, though, I'm bringing my gang in here. And we talking about weed and hip hop and politics. And the first person I'm going to bring in is Zor. And the second person I'm going to bring in is Scout. And if Cassie done fucking them noodles up, I'm gonna bring her in too. Are you ready, Cassie? Thumbs up. You don't hit them noodles again, is you? It's that ramen noodle life, that Dickie suit life, that corner store. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling, man?
Everything good. You already know.
Ain't no doubt, man. So we here today. And I want to introduce all you guys to each other. Zor, this is Cassie. Cassie, this is Zor. Cassie, this is Sco. Sco, this is
What's going on? What's up, Cassie?
To each other. My name is Trendsetter Shady. You know how that goes. Some people call me Dre, you know, shit like that. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So listen, man. In the last 48 hours, America has been a hotbed. It's been, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's been like a racial, it's a racial hot pot right now. You understand what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of politics, misinformation, disinformation, and old sentiments involved. It's a lot going on right here. Oh, what's that? Okay. Trap phone juggling like whoa, whoa. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead. But the country has been a hotbed. It's been a racial hotbed for the last couple of days. And it's boiling over to the point where as though we've seen predominantly all Caucasians storming the Capitol building, and only one person died. Only one person died. We know if we were storming the Capitol, it would have been 50,000 of us.
Been a massacre. It'd have been a massacre.
Talk to me in that sense, man. How do either one of y'all feel about what we seeing on the television and what's going on right in front of us? And that's, you know, and how they being handled gingerly with white gloves.
Well, you already know they definitely getting handled with care, because if that was anybody else, far as black people, Spanish people, you know what I'm saying, that thing, right, it would have got out of hand. It definitely would have got out of hand. I don't even think we would have got near the gates.
What was that?
Okay. I don't even think we'd have got near the gates.
Right.
I think. Hold up, that's Sticky still calling.
Oh, they on you.
That's why I'm trying to get them out of here.
All over you, you know what I mean?
Hold up. Get back to this.
You good?
Yeah, I'm straightening it out now. Hold up.
What they call the right wingers?
They calling from every angle.
What they call the right wings, though?
There you go. There you go.
The good old boys.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, nothing like I was saying. Like, you gotta realize, and the way they putting it on TV, I think it need to be seen this way, so they can go back and they can see what they allowed them to do and what they wouldn't allow black folks to do. Sometimes you got to see it from the outside looking in instead of just being in the mix.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the way CNN, and I've been watching a lot of news channels, they've been kind of upset at the way things been taking place, and them the areas we need to touch too.
Ain't no doubt. Cassie, what we talking about is the Trump supporters storming the Capitol building and the one Trump supporter that died. We acting like if the shoe was on the other foot and it was African Americans, black people storming that Capitol like that. Was that how? Do you think that's how we would have been treated, or in history, like even as recent as the Black Lives Matter movement and the March on DC and things like that, we weren't handled like that, you know? So, what's your opinion on it?
I think if it was Black Lives Matter or Black people, I think there would have been a lot more casualties. And not attacking anyone, but they can say a lot. They say a lot about Black people, but the truth of the matter is that in every peaceful protest that we've had, we have not conducted ourselves with such savagery as they have. So right. I think in this situation, I think they were lucky, God rest that woman's soul, but I think they were lucky that they came out so privileged as to not have been attacked or not have been handled.
Are we even hearing about arrests?
Nah.
Like, did they arrest anyone?
They said they got FBI looking at footage to arrest.
Yeah, I seen that. FBI asked for footage
to arrest people. They said they ain't see nothing. They need the footage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. People walking around with no mask on, face nice and clear, no pimples, no blemishes.
The cops.
I know what such molars look like. Okay.
The cops took selfies with them. The cops were taking selfies with them.
And you can't find them. Like, this is privilege at its best. And the unfortunate thing is that in a couple of weeks, this is going to be turned all around. And even though we've seen it with our eyes, what happened, they're going to give us another narrative and tell us another story. And the masses are going to start believing it.
Right.
I seen something where they say they want to file an emergency impeach on the 25th Amendment for Trump to get him out of office early.
Emergency, say it again?
They say they want to file an emergency impeachment.
I just seen that. Pence said that, right?
Yeah, they want to file emergency impeachment, to get him out of or under the 25th Amendment, saying that he, used his power in the wrong way.
That's just a formality to say that they made some type of action.
Exactly.
Get attacked.
And it's
2-3 weeks.
Yeah, that's why I'm about to say it ain't got long. And I wanted to know, did you guys also see the statement that Mark Zuckerberg put out? As far as like he want to disable Trump accounts because he feel like
Mark Zuckerberg is one of the most hypocritical, evil people I know. I've heard of. And I'm gonna tell you why, because he systematically runs platforms that propagates the death and destruction of everybody else. But when it comes to white America or the white world, he's always banning it, and he's always getting in censoring it. They could show us getting shot 50 million times, show our dead bodies on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
We can get shot 50 million times, get killed 50 million times. They drag us through the internet to the point where as though we see everything. We hear people last breath sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then when it comes to imagery, how would you say that, Cassie? Save me, sis. Imagery. Yeah, I haven't used that word in ever, I don't think. Not since I learned how to spell them.
That's the word in it.
IMAGERY. I do not remember in the building.
That's the shady word of the day. Yeah,
imagery. Some shit like that. Imagery. Okay, we got it.
You gotta start giving them word of the day.
I'm gonna lose like 50 subscribers. Them niggas ain't trying to go to school. Hey, man. Let me go ahead and light up, man. Hey, listen. It's different, Sco.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's different. Shout out to Magic. It's different.
Definitely.
You coughing for me?
Listen, you guys, America has to look out for what's happening right now, because right now the government is having a shift, and people are trying not to lose their jobs. People are trying not to, face indictments. So they're going to now focus the attack on Donald Trump. Let's be real about it. Even though Donald Trump is a horrible, very much so unintelligent person, he has been made the front runner for everything that's been happening on the back end.
Right.
For all the dirty politicians, for all of the senators who are doing shady shit, like, he's just been the front runner for that. So what they're gonna do now, they're gonna make him enemy number one, and then the next thing you know, it's just gonna phase out of our mind, because Americans are gonna be so relieved once he's gone, right? So they're not gonna pay attention to the shit that's still happening on the back end.
My thing is, that's what I wanted to say to y'all, bring to the table. Do y'all think this is a plandemic or a pandemic? And I say that because if it's a plandemic, they're using Donald Trump as the biggest, like, distraction of all time.
I think it's planned. Listen. The world is overpopulated. We're up 7 billion people. We have used over 65% of the rainforest around the world. And it was said back in, I think it was 93, that in order for us to slow down the usage of our natural resources, we would have to get rid of a third of the world's population.
Wow.
So when COVID hit, what did they say? Oh, well, about a third is gonna die. And they were like, well, we can handle that loss. Okay. Well, when the deaths started slowing down, what did they have to do? They had to introduce another strand. Oh, it's something more dangerous out here. It's more dangerous. It's gonna kill you. Don't think about the flu. Don't worry about the flu, because COVID is much worse. And don't get me wrong, it is much worse. But we're also making up that third loss. We're making it up with the other diseases that we're not paying attention to. We're making it up with, the people that we're not accepting into hospitals because our beds are overcrowded. So this is a distraction, because they're accomplishing what they wanted to, right? They have to get rid of a third of the world's population so that they don't quickly use up the natural resources.
Right. And so you think you feel as though you feel as though COVID is real, but it was a plandemic. Okay, it was a population control. How you feel about this, Zor?
I used to believe that shit until I realized they did the best move that they could do, and that was just dumb down the population. Now they can put out anything on a timeline, and everybody believe that shit. We watched that happen. That's
true too. That's true.
We just elected a motherfucker as our president. Actually, the fucker we had, and we accepted it because we thought we was getting a way out. Black people need to stop letting America abuse them, and then pass them a cup of water with a hole in it, and then go for a sip and realize it was never nothing in the cup. So when this shit happening with DC, we need to just sit back and just watch. Black people need to just sit back and watch and enjoy them being who they are.
Right.
Yeah.
To each other.
Yeah.
Because we never could be at war with them. We only a third of what the fuck's out here on the joint. So we gonna need them to drop their numbers. Art of War, it says it's better to fight 33 than 33,000. So it's like one of the moments where we need to mind our business. That ain't our business.
Oh yeah, definitely. This ain't our business.
I want them to burn up the Library of Congress, but that's
it looked like that lady sacrificed herself, man. It looked like that was so planned and so clean. That looked like a prop. I think it was real, but I feel like that lady, she sacrificed herself for whatever cause she believed in. When she jumped up there, and I don't think it was on the surface like, yeah, she believed for this. I think that, and I looked at that shot, like he stepped out of there. He could have banged her in her head. He could have shot her with a taser. He could have did a bunch of stuff. I looked at that shot. If they let them people come all the way in there, why would they get right there and start panicking? Do you know how many? I mean, at the end of the day, they was never supposed to get in there. If they could get in there, what can foreign professionals do? If people think this wasn't staged, right? Check this out. Mm-hmm. It's foreign entities in this world that does nothing but case America and look for weaknesses.
Yeah.
If a person think that, them guys could just go up to the Capitol, busting windows out, and it don't be no consequences or repercussions. First of all, let's go deep. Let's go deep. If you look at the schematics of Washington, D.C., that was designed by Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker designed Washington, D.C., and he designed it to be impenetrable from the ground. D.C. is designed in rings. So once you get past one ring, it closes on you. And it ring. That's why you go in D.C. and you driving in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's designed, and this is why they changed it from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. Go ahead and take the Capitol up where? Take the Capitol to the most secure spot. You can't infiltrate the White House or these buildings like this from the ground. DC was designed for it not to happen.
Well, what they did though yesterday, they show other places the dent in their armor.
Nah. You missing what I'm saying. You missing the big picture. No. None of that happens, bro. None of that happens.
Oh, yeah.
The men is all stage.
Yeah, hell of a stage. Yeah, hell of a stage. Yeah, hell of a stage. Yeah, I feel you. The smoke and mirror. That was the smoke and mirror.
They had all our actors out there. Go ahead.
You can't see what people don't understand is they look at America as theirs. They look at the police like the police work for them. They only showed that it's hard for them to harm their own. They're more conscious of seeing a white face and being empathetic, whether he's going batshit fucking crazy or killing in the fucking church. You got to remember that shit, bro. We know,
hey, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I seen a bunch of white people get killed before when they start playing with the government. You don't remember Waco, Texas? That wasn't no motherfucking act. When them white people play with the government and they not a part of this, they not part of it.
But that's the thing, though.
Them motherfuckers in Waco got killed.
Listen, right, but also David Koresh was in there doing some other shit.
And what was these guys? They was advancing on the Capitol.
Yeah. They breached the Capitol.
They busting windows. Dude came in with the horn, the bull horns. This shit was a full-on movie, man.
Remember who our president is now.
They like
that he is the president, but he also runs the executive branch who handles our military. So if they don't deem him unfit, then he can give the order for them not to advance because he feels like they're his people. Remember, you saw his speech. I love you. Go home in peace. What?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody had to deem fit when DC officials sent the order and requested help. They received a denial. Who you think sent that denial?
Trump.
Them motherfuckers, they got the complexion every time. The Waco, Texas shit, Shady, to answer your question, that shit something totally different. There was a lot of child molestation shit going on in that compound. He wasn't letting, so he was impregnating other people's wives. David Koresh was on some other shit, and he was using.
He was wilding. I ain't gonna lie. He was crazy. I think we have some crazy analogies. That's one of them.
He was Jones shit. He was telling them they had to die for him type shit. Like, so they thinking that they fighting for something, but they mentally is on some Stockholm syndrome shit. Their abuser made them believe that they were being loved. They was never being loved. You know what I'm saying? Niggas like him is a different story. These people that doing what they did to DC, these motherfuckers felt obligated, bro. And then knowing that they were white, they that's like a white person marching in the fucking in like a store. And automatically could be dead wrong, but they will raise their voice so loud that they'll draw the manager to their attention. But if a black person did the same thing, security would make it there before the manager.
Yeah.
It's
Entitlement and privilege.
this affirmative action type thing that white people get, and when we do something like that, the threat. You know what I mean? Like when they do something, they get loud. It's like, oh, something is wrong. But when we get loud, it's like, why are you so aggressive? No, nigga, it's something wrong.
Wrong. And it's crazy how they was trying to compare yesterday to like when they was looting because the guy got killed. I'm like, wow, how could you compare that to people looting?
Not the guy, George Floyd.
George Floyd, you're right. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
George Floyd.
Yeah.
George Floyd.
Yeah, but let me ask y'all this. In the grand scheme of things, it's not like we want people to get hurt. We just want to be treated like them people acting like that when we act like that, right?
No.
Yeah.
Not even that. We're being attacked for peaceful protest.
No, I'm saying it's not that we don't want to see somebody get hurt. It's not that we advocating for people to be hurt. What we're saying is treat us like that when we start acting crazy.
Yeah,
got a line and you got taser on you and you decide to not use the taser and use lethal force like the cops did to the guy with the knife in West Philly.
Yeah,
they had a taser on him. They could have.
It's because they look at us and they react a certain way. They look at them and they more empathetic. They're more scenario based. They more reaction based with us because when they see black, they see aggression. I don't know where the fuck it came from, but all of a sudden that's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, they see guilt. When they see black, they see guilt. They see fear. They fear us because they're guilty of what they did to us. They don't see aggression. But they're already on the defense from the beginning.
But that's the thing, though, Shady. I used to think that too until I seen black cops flexing like the white ones. So it's like once you take that oath, you take that stage, bro. Like you take that oath, you take that. Like a lot of slimy shit go on in that district that nobody never talk about. So it automatically lets you know that there's somewhat of a gang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I don't like when it comes nowadays, some of the worst people be our own kind because we got one here acting intelligent and telling us to stand down. Meanwhile, they getting paid to tell us to stand down. Then we got the other side.
Yeah, how about that?
With them. You know what I'm saying? That's actually with them, and they're still doing the same shit that we've been complaining about white people doing to us. They still pulling over. They still putting us on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the situation that's on the ground. Yeah, like they'll lay you in some shit. They don't give a fuck. I seen police literally manhandle motherfuckers for no reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like
they're trying to do that to black people.
Yeah, to black people. So it's like when we put white people down DC and they like, what's up with that? That's another day at the office for them. They don't know how to harm them motherfuckers. They panic. Shit. Why cousin Peter and little Sarah and all them geeking?
Because that's not what they were trained for. Now, see, that's the problem.
When they put police in neighborhoods, they put them in neighborhoods they don't even fucking live in. Can you imagine? That's the same psychology that they do when they drop the fucking military in land. How do you know the difference between a threat and a civilian? You don't.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all, for 1 second. We need to huddle. I'm gonna bring all y'all in the huddle right quick. We're gonna huddle and we're gonna come back and we got an extra player. You hear me? We gotta start in 5. We gotta start in 5. So we're gonna huddle. Huddle up. Huddle up. Oh, almost ended the live. Huddle up. Make sure y'all get the mother plucking lights up. I said plucking. I said plucking. It's not that deep. Get them lights up. I got a starting 5 in here and we connected. Philly and Baltimore. We connected. Let's go. Bringing my starting 5 in. Starting with my co-host, Zor Money. My next co-host, Cassie. My guy, Sko. Shady Show guest. And never fall behind from me. My Filthy Bull What's up, man? Baltimore in the building. Talk to me, baby. Cassie, you got some
look,
company.
man. Hey, bro, I'm happy to finally be up here, man. I'm just happy to catch the, you feel me, the show, man. That's all.
Hey, man. Hey, you already know, Erg, you my brother. So let's talk about it, man. Everybody go ahead and introduce themselves, man. Zor, you can start off with yourself. I'll be the last one to introduce myself. Go ahead, Zor. You can start with yourself. Give a brief introduction on the intermission tip.
Oh yeah, I'm sure money. You know, I used to rap at one point in time. Did the Concrete Jungle Drama DVDs with my boys. We ran them DVDs up. We looked out for everybody in the city. I'm doing artist management now with an artist named Deja B. Check her out on YouTube, Apple Music, all that shit. We got EP coming out in February. I'm just working. I'm on the Shady Show with my nigga. Like, you know what I mean? We chop it up like this on the normal, so you might as well get paid for it.
Ain't no doubt. We dropping the game. You feel what I'm saying? We dropping the game. Go ahead, introduce yourself, Cassie. Let them know who you is, where you from, what you got going on in life. Talk to them.
It's Cassandra Shade. Straight out of Baltimore. Been here all my life. I'm a singer, songwriter, flower child. Just all about positive energy. I make healing music, and you know, coming out in a couple of weeks. Got some stuff circulating now. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, pretty much all platforms.
Go ahead, introduce yourself, boy. Tell them who you is.
Well, what's good? Filthy Boy Eric, man. I'm an artist, you know, entrepreneur and all that from Baltimore City. Got music out on all streaming platforms. I just dropped 2 EPs, Pressure 1, Pressure 2, whatnot, for real. I got a little brand I'm pushing right now called Don't Forget to Smile, you feel me? It's basically going around everything that embodies me as a person right now. So, you feel me? If you get some time, you feel me? Check that out. I would be set up in my my office right now, but Shady hit me last minute, so I'm just moving around.
No, you good. You good. Hold on. I'm going to turn your mic up for a second. Hold on. Go ahead. Give me a mic check. Can y'all hear
No.
Did your mic went out, Let me see. Hold on. Sko, go ahead and introduce yourself, Sko.
Yo, what's going on, y'all?
The audio is cutting out. What's going on?
I don't know.
Sko, your audio cut out. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Everybody turn their kit. All right. You got it, Sko?
No, I'm on?
Yeah, you good.
All right. Yeah. My name's Susquehanna Scout, Philadelphia rapper, Land Life Family. I got a project out right now, Family, Friends, and Fans, Chapter 1. I dropped that July 4th, 2020 EP. There's another chapter coming out, top of 2021. There's 2 singles out right now, Bon Appetit and Trials and Tribulations. Both of them on my mixtapes. They on YouTube. Definitely just doing my thing, working.
Ain't no doubt. Well, me, myself, I'm Trendsetter Shady, leader of the division. Y'all know what this is with me. I got 4 projects out right now on all major streaming platforms. I got the website out with the merchandise for the Shady Show is www.theshadyshow.com. I got another website that I'm working on to transfer all of the content over because we no longer going to be available on YouTube after a while. So I'm working on that website, www.trendsettershady.com. You guys go check it out. Tell me what you think of it. Give me feedback. Excuse me. What we got going on here today, just to bring everybody up to speed. Let me go check these comments out. What we got going on here is to bring everybody up to speed is we talking about politics right now. We talking about what's going on in the Capitol, and that's right up the street from y'all. He checked out. Hopefully he come back in. But what we got going on here is we're talking about politics and everything that got something to do with that right now in regards to the racial tension and the political, the racist politics that's going on, the blatant, overt racist politics that's going on right now. Give me 1 second. Let me All right, I'm trying to figure out how to get down to him right quick. Hold on. All right. All right, boom. Erg, you back? Can you hear us, Erg? It's gonna warm up. Let it warm up. Let it warm up. Erg, can you hear us? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear us. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, it's gonna warm up because Safari, when you come in through Safari, they haven't fixed the glitches in the system yet from Safari to StreamYard. So when you come in, it just gotta heat up. Just let the mic heat up. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. So we was talking about what's going on in DC. What's your opinion about what's going on in DC as far as the hotbed, the you know, the riots up there, the storming on the Capitol, marching on Washington, marching on the Capitol buildings and whatnot? What's your opinion is what's going on up the street?
You can hear me? You talk about me?
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, so hey man, that shit is basically it's resembling what's basically going on with society, bro, in America right now, bro. Like a bunch of hidden followers for real. They just waiting for a reason to jump off for real. Like they ain't really. I don't feel as though like they really standing on what they believe in. They just a bunch of followers and shit. I've been watching like videos and shit of like the people. Where's see the video where a chick got sprayed for real, basically, and she was like, yeah, they sprayed me for real. They was like, "Both you feel me for what?" She like, because we was storming the Capitol. You feel me? It's about fucking what she say? Forgot the words she used, but basically like she tried to make it seem like it was we supposed to be doing this shit. Y'all not supposed to be out here. You feel me? Spraying it. So like, it's just some following shit, bro. I haven't really been like up on it. Haven't been enraged about it and whatnot because I don't really see no backbone. You feel me? Behind the situation and why they acting and carry on how they carrying on.
Right. You don't
I
see
don't
no
think
reason.
that Trump. I don't think that. You said what?
It's not nothing to stand on. So it's like to you, it's like why are we paying this any mind? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Exactly. You feel me? Exactly. There you go.
I mean, I will tell you this. For historical proof and historical records, you need to pay that some mind because we live in a time where because of the sacrifices our grandparents, great grandparents, our ancestors made, because of the sacrifices that they made, we live in a time where now racism is like covert. It's not nothing that's on the surface. It's really behind the surface. It's like systematic racism. But now you're seeing in your time on this earth, racism that's overt, is open, is right in your face. You can't hide it. It's right in your face. So just for historical purposes alone, you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention. Just for historical purposes alone. I ain't a politic guy. You know me. We don't talk politics. Democrat or Republican never come up in our conversation. We never talking politics, but being as though everything is going on,
bro, but you know, like, can you not say?
What you say, Eric?
Can you not say that, like, you've been feeling this? I always felt like America was racist. I always knew that it was racist people, for real. You feel me? Like, I always, you feel me, knew that it was racist people. I always felt that it was racist.
Oh no, it's not the shocker that they racist. I told you, I felt like that all my life. The thing I'm telling you is, for historical purposes, pay attention, because now you living in the time where they showing you outright. They ain't scared to show you now. So if they ain't scared to show you that today, just imagine what's coming tomorrow. I'm gonna tap everybody else in. I'm gonna mute our mics, Erg. I'm gonna let y'all have the floor.
Facts.
It's almost like it's being set up for, you know, another civil war. Like they're putting the pieces in place for us to start fighting each other, fighting amongst ourselves. And unfortunately, the United States has become like the laughing stock of the rest of the free world. So
I know what I want to say something about. I want to know, did y'all see the footage of the cop running from the people. I can't hear you. All right, listen. With that footage, right? Who holding the camera? That's one. With that footage, why was only one cop? Did he let him in? Because there's only one black bull. Now, did he let him in? Then the footage start rolling? Yeah. Or because it was like the first guy that wanted to come in, it was like he ain't know was it like, is it time or not? Because he was stuttering to even come in. He didn't know if it was like, was it time to come in? As the camera's rolling.
And then they had the point of view. You saying who was with the cop that had a point of view of a camera?
Listen, that's what I'm saying. You got the cop bull, you got the camera guy, and you got the first guy that ever walked in the door before everybody else followed. The first bull ain't know, was it time to come in? The camera bull had to make sure the angle was right because he had to it started off on the floor. And then you got the cop bull. He go first, he go frontwards, then he go backwards, go frontwards. It was like it was staged or something. Like it was playing.
So what happens with that is what they show you when you're in tactical training, if you are the guy behind him, he was backed by a lot of people. So if you are down on men, they show you how to pretty much move with your body language. Because he didn't want to attack the man unless the man attacked him so that he wouldn't excite the riot. Because that man had about 20 or 30 people behind him. That's why he kept backing up, and then he was like, stay back. You know, he pulled his baton, but he knew he had all them people behind him. And if he would have struck that man, he would have excited a riot.
He picked the stick up off the ground. He picked the
baton up off the back when he backed up off the steps. But listen. Check this out, right, Cassie? Who had the camera like Sco said?
They're not police officers. That's security. They like, look, y'all don't pay me enough to be doing this. Okay? Not near one of them had a gun. All right? That's why he picked that stick up. They was not armed.
Hey, Shady, if you was with one of them, would you have whipped your camera out? Would you?
No, I would have ran. I would have been scared. Hey,
I probably would have been recording from the jump, bro. As soon as when I seen them all outside, I probably would have had my camera out. Like, look at this.
I would have smacked your fucking camera out your hand. Just like when we was in the car. Let me tell y'all, I digress right quick. Erg think it's a game. Me and Erg in the car. We coming from the airport. Erg is the one I started smoking marijuana with again. I was clean for 2 years. That nigga had me relapse. But listen, let's check me out, right? Me and Erg sit in the car.
It's good as long as it's natural.
Yeah, we driving. Yeah, and this hemp right here. So we driving, right? We going about 80 something. I'm coming from the airport, just getting off the plane. He rolling up. He talking. Yeah. It's coming. The road going this way, and it's a split in the road. But he don't got his hands on the wheel, and we getting close to that split. So I looked at him. I said, hey, yo, but on some real shit, bro, like, what's going on? Like, you see the road? Fuck all that. Fuck this whole conversation. Do you see this shit right here? So what I'm saying is, if I catch you recording while we in danger, I'm going to smack that phone out your hand. And we just, I swear, me and her cried for like...
Yeah, you're supposed to grab the wheel. You're supposed to help him out.
Hey, yo, you know what's funny though? You know when you feel like somebody about to say something, you know when you feel the energy of it. I felt the energy of him getting scared, like him about to stop talking and shit. Like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, bro, I got you, bro.
Yeah, it was just crazy.
No, it's another thing I want to ask y'all. How do y'all feel about the one guy that's black spotted inside like the auditorium part?
Huh?
The one guy spotted in the Congress room. The one black guy.
Hey, you could tell he got his $100 check today.
Like he got the wrong message. He was like, "Oh, this."
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, the temp agency ain't tell me this."
The temp agency could have went so many ways. I looked at that shit like, you know, if a nigga sees niggas breaking into a store for real, you gonna go on that bitch and see what's going on and shit. He say niggas breaking into the White House, so he was walking down the street. He said niggas breaking into the White House, so he wanted to see what was going on.
Hey, but why the nigga was sitting there, right? And he was standing there. Why you standing there looking like Yo, they ain't really got shit in here.
Yo,
he was looking around. He was
Hey, son, did you see him, son?
It's embarrassing because of all of the pictures they got of all the people, you catch the one black person.
One black person. Yep.
That's still embarrassing. It's
No,
like,
he's
bro,
embarrassed now.
No, you could tell he was thinking to himself, I'm gonna get books, right? Like,
and the crazy part about it is he'll be the one that they do lock up and have on TV and everything.
Oh yeah, they gonna catch the shit out of him. Bro, he looked like he was thinking like, damn, yo, imagine how many people will never be in the White House.
They got this recording I seen earlier.
Let me see if I can get a picture of this guy, man. Let me see if I can get a picture.
They got this recording I seen earlier. The guy smoking the weed inside the White House. He just walking around smoking. I said, yo.
In the Capitol.
Oh no.
Yeah, in the Capitol.
That's hard.
In the Capitol. He's smoking the weed in the Capitol.
I don't know. I just feel like, you know, that's unbecoming of how, if we're considered to be so intelligent beings, you know, such an intelligent species, and the first thing you do when you I don't know, you want to protest and shit is start acting all unruly like the savages that they claim that black people are. That's embarrassing. It doesn't speak well to anyone's intelligence, because they represented the American people on TV.
Yeah. And the bigger picture of it, you're exactly right. You said when you first started off, you said America is like the laughing stock of the fucking world.
Yeah, at the yesterday.
Right.
Depends on what country you talk about. Other countries take their motherfucking they take their government to war all the time. Some of them do it every day.
I think Donald Trump respond when they asked him about it, when he say this is what happens when America feel like they wasn't treated fairly. I said, huh? He said when America feel like they was treated unfair, this is what happens.
At this point in time, he's desperate. He already know he voted the fuck out. So he's doing his little final season of motherfucking Trump as the president.
Yeah, he's facing federal time.
I mean, he know he on his fucking.
I think he going to jail. He going to jail. He just he going to jail. He has started a riot. He has started a riot.
You got to think about all of the things he has done as a traitor to his country, and not only that, but he has to also answer to Putin, who's, I mean, where's he gonna go? He can't run to Russia because he's gonna become fair. He didn't finish what he set out to do here. So Russia's not happy. And then he can't stay here in America because guess what? You're facing
so y'all think he enticed that?
Huh?
People saying they got paid to be out there.
People saying they got paid to be out there?
Yeah. Yeah, this guy did a record and he said, listen, I see it got out of hand, and he said he was watching the news and he seen the flashback got the backlash it got, and he was like, man, I got paid to be out there. He was like, from a group of people, I ain't gonna disclose their name, but he was like, they paid a lot of us to come out there.
Empress Matt, send me your email on Instagram at The Shady Show. And Aunt, that's the second time I sent it, Aunt. And we got another guest here. And this show, this show just got a little bit more tricky, man. This show just got a little bit more intellectual, man. Right now, we're gonna bring in my guy, Saint Basil. Saint Basil, my guy.
What's going on with you?
So listen, right now, this is a panel of 6 artists, independent artists, 2 from Baltimore and 4 from Philadelphia. This is dope. Empress Matt, send me your email, and I'm gonna show you after the show is over that I sent you the email twice. You're sending me the wrong email, bro. What's up, Saint Basil, man? Do you hear the topic we touching on?
No, actually, I just came in from out in the hills. No, Peace told me, yo, tap in. Yeah.
So what we touching on? We touching on yesterday's malarkey with the Trump supporters storming the Capitol buildings.
Right.
Yeah, so we touching on that and the validity of it. We touching on the authenticity of it, and we doing that. So like, what's your opinion on that? What happened yesterday, man? Talk to us. Give me some insight. It's the Shady Show, Empress. The Shady Show, just like this show right here, the Shady Show. That's what it is, the Shady Show.
I mean, here's the thing, man. How long will keep on getting involved in this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That's my question for like black people. Like, at what point in time do you just make the decision or come to the realization that you're a man without this ain't your thing? You understand what I'm saying? Like, yesterday was like a flex,
right?
Of white power. That's basically what it was.
Right.
There's no black person that's walking around today that could possibly feel like black people can do that and wouldn't be dead the moment that they stepped foot on the Capitol ground.
Right.
If those was black people, everybody, you'd have a bunch of dead bodies, period.
Right.
So at what point do you realize, like, what else needs to be shown to you to realize, like, we gotta really disconnect from this thing here?
Do you think we ever be able to do that? Like you think we'll ever be able to do that?
Yeah, because it's gonna come down to this. It's gonna come down to either you do it or you gonna die.
Right.
Because
we've been doing a lot of dying lately, bro.
But here's the thing: both things can't happen at the same time. Like, we can't prosper and America prosper at the same time. It can't happen. Yeah. So what has to happen is there's going to be a day of reckoning. It's going to have to happen. Something has to give.
Right.
So, I mean, I just sit back and watch the shit show, bro. To be honest, like, it's all that thing is a plan, bro. That's another thing. That whole stage show that they put on yesterday, like, I don't get caught up into that, man. I don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? It is
watching none of it.
It was entertaining.
I just heard what happened, and that was enough for me. And I whatever I was tapped in on as far as the internet, I just told all my black people, just watch. Shit ain't got nothing to do with us.
But here's the thing, though, Shady. This is what I will say. We beyond the point of, like, I know I'm beyond the point of keep on telling black people stuff. Like, black people aren't stupid. They see it. At this point, you're being willingly ignorant. So that I can tell you, it's something that has to happen. So, it's nothing that I can tell you. You gotta, something to happen in your life to trigger that. So I don't know what else.
When the student is ready to teach it up here, right?
Exactly.
All right, yeah, so.
I mean, also, it's one of those things where, at some point, even if you spoke until you're blue in the face, at some point, at least you've known that if that's what you're led to do as a leader, and I assume that the highest of highs put you in a position of being a leader, because that's the position that most artists happen to be in. When you're put in a position of being a leader, and you're put in a position to emit positivity and to emit light and to share knowledge, then you keep doing it till you're blue in the face, regardless of who's listening, because it's going to resonate somewhere at some point in time.
Well, I this is what I will say about that. I come to the realization that I believe that there's a time and purpose for everything. So with that said, there is a time to speak. There's also time to be quiet. There's a time for war. There's a time for peace. There's a time to embrace, and there's a time to refrain from embracing. So there's actually a time that it is appropriate to shut up and not say nothing and just say, you know what? You got to learn the hard way. Because at some point, people become desensitized to your message, become desensitized to your word. So you saying it over and over and over to them, they just gonna block you out. But the real lesson is, the thing is, life is gonna teach you the lesson regardless. So some people that has to happen with. And unfortunately, after 400 years, Black people have had enough evidence. They've had enough speeches. They've had enough talking to realize at some point now, something has to happen with you in your life to realize, oh, we on our own in this.
Yesterday showed me that was like the nail in the coffin. It was like, it just showed you the privilege and the power that they got. If we want to run up in the mint, we'll run up in the mint and take the paper if we want to.
Right.
I mean, it's always been that way. We've gotten plenty of examples over the past couple decades that shows their privilege. I mean, let's be real. The Constitution wasn't meant for them. It wasn't written for us. It was written for them, and they don't even uphold to it.
No, see, the difference is what we seen yesterday was, see, we knew all that stuff was real, but we ain't know if they own people did it to them too. They give them that leeway like they give them all up. We ain't know that leeway extended to that. We ain't know they could run all the way up in Capitol buildings and bust out windows, be all
that was never thought of. Listen,
like,
Shady.
Like, nah, bro. I know you was gonna get out the ticket. I know you was gonna get out the ticket. Listen, I know you was gonna get out the ticket. I knew you're not gonna get the same jail time as me. I know your salary is gonna be way higher than mine. I know your credit score and your credit factors, all that stuff is gonna be way better than mine. I know all these things is put in place for you to succeed way more than me. But I never thought that you could go to the White House and show your motherfucking ass. I never thought you could march there and go to no Capitol building at all. White House, Blue House, Green House, and show your ass and get away with it.
You crazy.
They had and they acting like they was Vikings.
Listen. This is what I want y'all to peep. I want y'all to dig deep on this.
Say shit.
I want y'all to dig deep on this. Out of all the footage y'all seen, y'all just look at the building itself, the Capitol. When the last time you probably think they had to replace a window there? That window probably old as shit in that motherfucking building. Never been busted before since the 1800s. Now, let's think. They inside.
Hold up. No. You telling me them buildings, them windows not bulletproof?
No, they bust through them.
No, hold up. So you telling me it's politicians that could just walk around in them Capitol buildings and them bullets, the windows, you could just shoot through the windows?
You ain't see how they was breaking through the windows?
Listen,
you missing what I'm saying.
Building.
Huh?
Think about the mentality that these folks got. Who would dare shoot at the building?
Who would dare shoot at this building?
It's 50 million. It's 50,000 people that's a threat to the United States. It's 50,000 lunatics.
We got 182 foreign bases across this fucking world. 182, Shady. Mm-hmm. We are on more land with guns than some people in their own land.
But bro, wasn't the windows supposed to be bulletproof in the Capitol?
For
you would have thought they would be. But listen,
what?
Now that's the thing. That's the thing where I want y'all to think about.
Let's go. For what? Systematically, they've been training you to march all these fucking years. When was you ever going to bust a window?
Yeah, right. You're right.
They've been hitting you with rocks. They've been sticking dogs on you. And then all these niggas want to do is sing "We Shall Overcome" and march. They wasn't never thinking about you busting no window. For what?
Nope.
They knocked off King. We marched. They knocked off Malcolm. We marched. Bro, you don't. That's all we ever did.
They locked Meek up. We marched.
We marched.
You gotta rock, but that comes from quote unquote. Look, this is how I look at it. And me and Baze will talk about this all the time. Look at all of our OGs. That's the same color as us. If they still alive between the time of King and Malcolm, they ain't no leader of ours.
Right.
They traitors, bro.
Right.
That's all they are.
And
they will kumbaya you right to your fucking grave.
Let me tell you this, right? Let me tell you this, right? Just so you can understand how they react to people getting near those buildings, you can Google the name Miriam Carey. His sister, Miriam Carey, maybe 2-3 years ago, she made a U-turn down the wrong block with her child in the car in Washington, D.C., going down towards the Capitol near the White House. She went past the checkpoint, tried to make a U-turn and come back out. They assassinated her. There's a black woman Black woman, Miriam Carey, Miriam. Last name Carey. You can to your audience, y'all can go Google her. This just happened recently. This is not long ago. This maybe three, maybe 4 years ago with Pot, something like that. She made a wrong turn.
Hold on, let's look that up. We got the resources at our disposal right here, bro.
Yeah.
What's her name, bro?
Miriam Carey.
Miriam, like M-A-R-R.
No, M-I-R-I-A-M.
Oh, Miriam. Okay.
Yeah.
Carey. Like that. Dental hygienist.
Huh?
Bro, I remember that they talked about that for like 3 days.
Miriam Carey.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna read it from right here. Hold on. Let's talk about it.
Car. When they shot the car.
All right, so let's read it. Washington Post, 2014, 11/26. Her name was Miriam Carey. She drove to D.C. from Connecticut with her baby daughter. A U-turn at a checkpoint led to her being killed, and a slew of unanswered questions. We want to know why. What happened? So many questions, so much we still don't know about the case of the woman shot to death by the Secret Service and the U.S. Capitol Police on October the 3rd, 2013, after a car chase from the White House to the Capitol Hill. Her 13-month-old daughter survived in the car seat. Did we miss something? Barbara Nicholson is asking the office manager of a dental practice in Ardsley, New York, is standing in the hygiene room, remembering the woman who used to clean teeth at this chair, Miriam Iris Carey. That was her name. She was one of the best dental hygienists and one of the nicest people Nicholson ever hired. We're left with a void and no answer, Nicholson says. It's like she was wiped off the face of the earth. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, we gotta get into this, bro. I don't want to drown people out with the monologue, right? But we actually have to get into this. Like
they got to be resurfaced. No. Hey, wow.
Yeah, we have to get into this. So we got to revisit that. And I think you saying
you know just how much they control the narrative, y'all. Because I do remember that story. The story floated around for like 3 days.
Right.
So I say that to say the reason I brought it up is
we got to mute our mics. We got too many mics going at one time. So whoever not talking, just mute your mic.
So, this that it's not that there's a lack of security, a lack of preparation, a lack of any of that down there at the Capitol building or at the White House, none of that. They already showed that they will use force. And you can also see the response, how the response is different. When that white woman that they shot yesterday, they got all types of apologies and feeling sorry for and all that. And she was the one that was wilding. Like she was coming up in the Capitol wilding. You didn't see none of that for Miriam Carey. None of that. So you know, again, that's just another example that we got in our face that we are a people that's behind enemy lines.
And we've been there, and we still there, and we're gonna stay there.
Peace. Can I jump in? Peace, everybody.
No, peace. So I'm gonna introduce Empress. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the room. Nice meeting you. Go ahead and introduce yourself. This is the first time I let Empress jump in from the comments. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and you got the platform. That's our show.
Okay, so yes, my name is Ma'at Shani, as you saw on my Instagram, but y'all can call me Empress. I do go by that as well. That is acceptable. Wonderful to be with y'all. I don't usually jump on panels and speak, but I definitely feel like I have to get out what I know. And I know a lot of back and forth. Like I know what y'all saying about the enemy, all of this stuff, that's perfectly fine. But what if all of that was like a form of a program of a matrix? Like what if that was set out to get you to think about certain things or worry about certain things that aren't important? So what I want to speak about the Capitol Hill thing, I don't watch the news. I don't indulge because I protect my energy. Like I said, I'm a little bit of spiritual as well as intellectual, so it's a lot in there. However, so I don't watch that. I get my information through spirit, and I get my information like the ancestors did when I need to know. So I don't know everything that happened with the Capitol Hill thing, but I do know that there are paid ops everywhere, and there are this world, this TV, this television, this news, these platforms. These are stages, like playwrights or movies, where they script things and they play it and they tug at your emotions. Like, you have to know that everything is connected. Even the shit you don't even think is connected. You be like, nah, you would never think. No, it is. So the people that the Republicans and how they have the country set up between the Republicans and the Democrats, all the Republicans are trying to do is I know Black people don't want to be considered Americans, but hell, we reap the benefits of this land and we work this land. This is us. This is what we have. This is what we have to deal with right now. So if anything, everybody is going to be subjected to. Everybody was subjected to the quarantine. So let's just leave it at that. So anyway, I said all that to say, what the Republicans are doing, what is happening right now is something that's going to be in history from 10 years now. We're going to look back on and be like, oh my God, we fucked up. Why? Because we weren't paying attention. People are being manipulated, like y'all said, paid. I personally was paid in Georgia, not personally for right now, but like 2 years ago during the governor's run in Georgia, and as well as the presidential run between Trump and Hillary Clinton.
You've been paid?
Yes, they're Democratic places. I mean, it's so specific. I swear to God, if I didn't get this job or didn't know of this job, I wouldn't know how to connect the dots. And so I'm so grateful that I was led to, do that. But they do pay college students, grown people that need jobs. They pay them up. Like, we got paid $15 an hour to walk the streets and just tell people to vote. And we weren't supposed to say where to vote or who to vote for, but we were out there on behalf of Stacey Abrams. We had Stacey Abrams shirts on and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's like how dirty the Democrats play. I mean, in Arizona, I heard they were giving out gift cards. So Democrats were giving out gift cards for people to vote. So you got to understand that this is not a politic. This is a stage, but there's a government. There's a shadow government. Like, we've been bamboozled and tricked because we've been taught that the civil rights and the amendments they don't matter, but they actually do. If anybody's ever been in court, they know that there's a court talk, there's a law speak, there's a way you speak in the court and a way you speak to the judge, and then there's a way that you speak in civils, and there's a way you speak towards each other, and it's completely different. And if you don't know the definitions of certain words, or you don't know the meanings of certain clauses, you mess around, be going to your own destruction. So, and that's exactly what is going on right now. I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I talk fast, and you gotta understand, y'all. I don't talk, I don't speak. I've been really quiet. It's hard to be different than everybody else, especially people like myself. I am all pro-Black. I went through my name is my aunt, for God's sakes. Like, I know, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just somebody that's fake or pseudo. I was before it got popular, I was conscious, like, when it actually meant something. Before now, it's just an argument between who's right and who's wrong. Meanwhile, the rabbit is gone with the bag, which is the money, the energy. Y'all don't even see this. Like, if it wasn't for Trump, y'all, we would not be on this we would not be talking on YouTube right now. He literally saved us from some bullshit that they had planned. And if anybody has been conscious before 2020, they know that we've been feeling that they had something planned. Something was coming, but we didn't know who they was. I didn't know who they was. But when on March 13th, and I will never forget this day, on March 13th, 2020, when this man said, no, we are not doing no quarantine lockdown. We're not doing that shit. If you sick, stay home. If you ain't, go to the doctor, whatever, do what you got to do. But no, we're not locking down nobody, and we're not doing no mass testing. That's how they get us. That's why the voting with the mailing, they were trying to fight that, because they were the fraud. It came up, and they just put that shit under the rug like it was nothing. When in history have you ever heard of a president-elect already moving into the White House before fucking January, before he's sworn in? Like, when has this ever happened in history? We have to think about this. This is how they get over, and they change history, and they change shit up in the history books. And then we stuck as the generation to come, like, well, what do we have next? What do we do next? This is our moment, and now there are people that are mad that they chose Biden. And I'm not pro white man at all. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it right now, what's going on, there is a grab at the country. And it's not from anybody that has any sort of oath, anybody that took any sort of real oath. These are businessmen. When you have businessmen that are controlling the economy and controlling, I'm sorry.
Hold on for me.
My apologies.
No,
I'm going unidentified.
I understand. Listen, I understand everything that you're saying. And I want to let you know, for anybody who don't know, I have very high. Um, I'm a very high psychic. Okay, so when you put out that much energy, it's very like you have a lot of anxiety. So if you
Yeah,
can just
yeah, I'm
Yes,
a
calm
very
it's
down,
very,
empathetic
yes.
person.
It gives me anxiety. I'm sorry. I told you I've been watching and quiet, and I apologize. I
no, so
apologize that I let this out on y'all. But at this point, it's to the point where I didn't care if y'all understood me. I didn't care if
Oh,
y'all sacrificed
oh,
me and all that.
still,
I was just like,
oh,
I
no,
gotta
no,
say
no,
it.
no, no. Still,
Sorry.
time out. Listen, what I really want to say to you, so that we can have a constructive conversation, right? What I really want to say to you is, hey, we welcomed you on the stage. I want you to slow down because we're not trying to kick you off. We're trying to have a constructive conversation, and you have to breathe. You got to slow down because we on a different stage. It's not like Instagram or stuff like that. This stuff goes fast as YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like it's different. It's
I
like
agree. No, I agree.
really,
Let's breathe. I apologize, y'all.
yeah, no. So just slow down because a lot of the information that you giving out, it a lot of people hasn't been exposed to the things that you have been exposed to in regards to your readings and your teachings and your walks of life. So a lot of the things that you have to slow so we could bring it in. I know what you're talking about when you're talking about fictitious law and commercial code, uniform commercial code, and these. I know what's going on. You know what I mean? St. Basil know what's going on. I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel know what's going on. But in order for us to get this out to the people, we're going to have to have a constructive conversation. Now, do you want to do that?
Yes. I'm glad y'all. I was just trying to make sure y'all understood that I knew, but I'm also on y'all side. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? Because people on YouTube are weird. They
Yeah.
come and they get into wars with people. That's a misuse of energy, and it doesn't, it's not, constructive. So I apologize, y'all. That's the only reason why I was just trying to make sure y'all knew. I'm not trying to do nothing to y'all. I'm not trying to be, I just want to let y'all know that it just bothers me that there's so much misinformation going on and nobody's paying attention. And that's the point. Like they put out so much information to make it confusing, to make it to where you don't know where to pay attention to. We got shit going on financially. We got shit going on in the army. We got shit going on in the prisons. We got, it's so many avenues in the health, especially.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to do it like this. I'm going to allow Cassie to ask you a question, and we're going to pass the panel around like that. I'm going to start off with our sister. I'm gonna start off with Cassie, and I'm gonna pass it to Cassie and allow Cassie to ask you a few questions, get your perspective on a few things, and then from there we can go on from there, and that way we can keep everything within the realm of still having a great constructive conversation. You understand?
Absolutely. Sorry, it took me a minute to get to the mute button. Absolutely.
No, it's good. Go ahead, Cassie. I'm gonna hit my mute button.
Okay. Well, first, let me say thank you, Empress, for bringing your beautiful energy to our show. It is a lot of beautiful energy, but your anxiety levels are way high. So I feel you. But I think if you can just share a little bit more on, the connection of your spirituality to what you feel is happening in politics and how you feel Donald Trump has kind of saved us from the things that's going on in the sidelines, that's going on in the shadows. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yes, absolutely. So, not people that don't pay attention to the statistics. First of all, unemployment has been down since he's been president. Let's just pay attention to that. People have been employed. We've had jobs. He's made that. He's created that. Total businessman. But beyond that, though, during 2020 quarantine, so beyond him allowing for the mass testing and the things of that nature to go on so they can go ahead and implement martial law, because martial law is not only under civil unrest, it's also under health codes. So because they could not get a race war, as you will, during his election, during his campaign, and even his presidency, I mean, they never let up on that, right? And they still haven't. They still plague him as a white supremacist and all this other shit. Who cares? I don't give a fuck. The motherfucker wants to protect my rights, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with that, right? Because at this point, that you gotta. It's almost like you gotta go with what's the lesser devil, and that's what I thought Hillary Clinton was. But Hillary, she would have been horrible. This would have been 4 years now in the making. So not only did he save us from that, he's also given us money. When in any time in history have y'all heard of a president just giving away money? He is not a president to be bought. So they don't like him. Anybody else in politics, we've seen it time and time again in movies. We've seen it in the news. We've seen it in the media. They are bought. They are perverts. They cheat on their wives. They do all kinds of crazy stuff, right? And they get exposed because most of the time people know this already about them, but they use it as leverage. There's a lot of blackmail goes on. The same things that we do on a civil social level. A lot of this stuff been happening on higher up levels. We just don't know because we don't think, oh, they ain't got time for this petty shit. Oh yes, the hell they do. Their pettiness is beyond anybody that what we could think of and fathom, because they actually put people's lives in danger. They actually put they have people put their livelihoods into these politics, into these governments and things, and they really believe in them. And the messed up part about it is when they only give you two options. First of all, that's fucked up already, because we know that in life there's multitude of options. There's a multitude of anything. I don't even understand how people could be worried about food when we can grow food. I never understood that, how people were worried about jobs when you can just make a job. You can literally start your own business, and whatever you're good at, people will pay you to do it. Let's be real. We know Pookie from down the street because he fixed cars. And he's cheaper than AutoZone or wherever you go to get your car fixed. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing, but on a grander scale. So what Trump has done essentially is he has a secret. There's literally a war going on with him in the secret shadow government. If you notice that the emblem that President Obama, everybody's favorite president, the emblem that he used to stand behind the podium, there's an emblem. If you pay attention to any of his past speeches, and I do implore people to go ahead and do the research, because I do your research. Like, do not take my word for it, please, at all. Do your own research and find your own truth, because I guarantee you it's there. Anyway, but there was a podium, there was an emblem that he would stand behind, because not only is this, like somebody said in the chat, I'm not looking at the chat, but I did see it, that somebody said it was spiritual. This is very spiritual, and they use symbolism. Symbolism is if you know anything about psychology, symbolism and imagery plays a huge part on the mind and memory. So, and also emotions, feelings. So, because they evoke them. So anyway, let me slow down. I apologize, y'all. I read a lot, so I hope I'm not going too fast. But
ask you if you
Hold on. You can see me, Empress? Hold on.
Yes, now I can see you.
Look, relax.
Child, don't tell my business, but I already just smoked a blunt. So this is me. Hi, this is me naturally. This is me when I get turned up in the spirit. Okay, this is not just you know what I'm saying. I've already did smoke 4, 5 already today. So this is not. There's nothing that's gonna turn out once I'm turned on. And I had to speak. Like, I had found, first of all, I found your channel yesterday through somebody else. Somebody had shouted out your channel I was on. I'm in the bushes a lot. I'm nosy, you know. But I never heard of you. So the first time I seen you, I just went to your channel when they shouted you out or whatever. And I was like, okay, let's see. You know, I kind of seen a little bit what's going on. So I said,
from.
Okay, you don't even gotta say it then. Good. So because I think they shouted you out anyway. But yeah, so so I and then I seen you were live, and I was like, okay. And then I heard y'all talking about what happened yesterday. I'm like, all right, I gotta talk to somebody. If I can talk to, because those type of people, they're on to other things. Like, this seems much more intellectual. It seems much more mature. They're really about how you made me feel, and I'm not interested on that. So talking about them wouldn't did anything.
Well, I don't know why the feedback's so crazy.
Have you possibly today, have you been like receiving messages from Spirit, or have you
Girl, today is so much. First of all, it's so much. I feel, I know it's weird to say, but I feel things. I feel everybody. We're all connected, whether y'all like to believe it or not. If Pookie or Keisha fuck up with her child and her child grow up to be a fucked up adult, that fucked up adult could kill everybody in the goddamn restaurant or something. So we all affect each other. Like, let's not play. So I feel it, but right now I'm confused. Everybody's confused. I think it's a psych op. I think they're not there. I wouldn't hold them so far against playing like they're Republicans and playing like they're this side, because they already got the country somewhat divided, at least the youth, and then they're, kind of like a gang fight. When they do a gangs, what police do at gangs, they'll shoot up a place, and then they'll write the paraphernalia of the opposite gang just to get inside a war or inside a beef, because they know that they're not going to talk it out. They're not going to say, hey, did you do this? No, they're just going to react. So it's kind of the same tactic. They use it over and over and over again, and high level, national, it's even better, because this is a stage, like I said, and the television, it tells you what you see. And we even know from a reflective standpoint of a mirror that it's the opposite. So it's not even the correct view, whatever it is that you're seeing. You're not seeing the full picture, the full scope of things. Like I mean, it's like, at this point, you have to be a spiritual scholar, an intellectual scholar, a lawyer. You have to be all of these things. And I want people to start to do their own work. That's, and we have a lot of scammers and a lot of people who fake, fake care, and that eliminates us, people being their own leaders. That eliminates that.
Hold on for 1 second, Empress. Hold on for 1 second, Cassie. I gotta moderate for a little second because we had that hour and 15-minute mark. St. Basil, I know you sitting back listening.
Yes.
You ain't get a chance to, from everything you just probably absorbed. You ain't get a chance, so I want to see where your head at, man. And thanks for coming to the platform. But St. Basil, where you at with it?
Well, I respectfully disagree with about 99% of what she said.
Okay.
And it's so here. Let me start here with motive. Whenever there is any type of misgiving done, or whenever there's any type of ill will, anything done, there's always a motivation behind it. This is how people solve crimes. If you want to find out what's going on, just look at who has motive. What is the motivation? So the question that I would ask is, before I go into how I feel about the situation, is what would be the motive? What would be the motive for all of this? America, the way America is right now, with everything that we...
Okay, I heard your question, and I don't want to cut you off, but I do have to step away from this computer for 5 seconds. I have to go and handle the door real quick. Whatever. But I'm gonna just leave you with this until I come back. Adrenochrome.
Okay. Okay. So
what did you say?
I don't know. So
she said adrenochrome. That's the adrenaline that's caused. That's the adrenaline that's caused by fear in children.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so what is the motivation for the fear? Like, it's easy to say, okay, the cause for everything is the fear. Fear what?
I had to put my pants on, but I'm about to leave. Fear is control.
Okay.
When you are in a fearful state, first of all, fear weakens the immune system. One, when you are in a fearful state of mind, you are not thinking logically, you are thinking quickly. So therefore, you can overlook things, not pay attention to things, and just constantly be in a state of stress. With distress, because you're always in a state of stress, but distress. But I'll be right back.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so here's the thing, Shady.
Yeah.
If all of the motivation was about control, do you realize that since 1619, there has never been a time that America has not controlled Black people? 401 years. There has never been a period in American history that we have not been under the control of this government. No period. There's no point in time that you can look at and say Black people operated independently of America, except for one blip in history, which was in 1920 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And you know what happened with that? They blew it up.
They got rid of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so what you're saying is, there's no reason to have control as a motive when they already control us.
Exactly. I'm saying if her motive is to say fear, right? They've always controlled us. Now this is what I'll go back to. This is a point that I'll go back to. It's something that she said that really I definitely didn't agree with. There's been no president that has ever saved us from anything, ever.
Right.
Do you realize the same things that you complaining about, your grandparents complained about, and their grandparents complained about?
Right.
Like we're in the same system. We're in the same system. Our people don't even understand that we are in the land of our captivity. In the history of human history, what you expect us to do has never been done by any civilization of people. Nobody who's been held captive in the land of their oppressors have ever stayed in the land of their oppressors, mingled with them, assimilated into their culture, and then shared joint ventures with them. It doesn't happen. That's against nature. That's against what's the norm. These people have always had us here. They've always had us in this condition. Everything about this system in this country is against us inherently, even down to the basic foundation of law here in America, which is the Constitution. It is non-inclusive of us. At the time that the Bill of Rights was written, which are the first 10 amendments, That was not with us in mind. We didn't show up into the Constitution until the 13th Amendment. Okay? And even with the 13th Amendment, that was with a stipulation, which is in the event of a crime, then everything that applied in that 13th Amendment, it no longer applies to the person who commits the crime.
That shit right back.
Which is the reason why they criminalize all of our activity. This is the reason why police police approach drug addicts as criminals as opposed to mental health or health issues, because it's all about criminalization of the black and Hispanic man and women. The bottom line is this. She said this is spiritual. I believe it's spiritual. I will take you back to something.
It's holistic. It's all. It's physical. It's spiritual. It's all. You have to be on your 10s and toes. Do you see there's a virus out here that they put out?
Okay.
They put it out. Viruses are 95% of the air. They're always in the air. What keeps the virus away from you is your immune system. Have they spoken about anything about the immune system? No. Have they told you to go outside, that vitamin D is naturally found in the sunlight, and in 20 minutes in the sun can get rid of any antimicrovirals off of the skin that you may have? I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
I understand, but we want to be respectful to everyone on this platform and allow everyone an opportunity to speak.
Yeah, because he was getting into something. He was speaking a lot. He's speaking his opinion.
Okay. So let me give you a historical fact. Okay, this is something that I will say. This is something that everyone here can research. From a spiritual, this is biblical. Abraham was told. This is in the book of Genesis, the 15th chapter and the 13th verse, that his children would be slaves in a strange country for 400 years. Then after that, judgment would come. 1619 is the date of the first slave arrival ship. 1619. 400 years later is 2019. There's not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in God. It's not a coincidence that the worst year that you've ever seen in your life occurred right after that 400 years expired. And it's getting worse. So from a spiritual aspect, I fully expect for things to go exactly how God said it was going to go. Now, and conversely, along with that, the rulers of darkness, which you spoke about earlier, the ones who rule in the secret shadows, they're called the 10 families of the Illuminati. It's the Rockefellers, Reynolds, Rothschilds, DuPonts, Astors, Collins, the Bundys, the Kennedys.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I had to exit out the room. Just respectfully. Because of the comment she made, you know what I mean? She said I'm shady because I couldn't help but respond before abruptly leaving. Y'all weird, but I appreciate it. Mind you, like, respectfully.
I thought we was adults having a conversation.
Yeah, I definitely thought we were having a dope conversation.
Not only that, we all have different ideals as far as spirituality is concerned. And I think, even though I may not necessarily agree with what St. Basil is saying, or I might agree, or I may not agree with the Muslim religion or whatever the case may be. We all have to be respectful and allow that person to complete their thought before we interrupt.
Right.
That's all I was saying. And listen, you guys, I understand everybody has their different levels of spirituality, but I stand by this about the sister. I want to say this. I'm sorry, Cassie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I want to say this. I respect the sister point of view. She has, the way she delivered everything, we sat back respectfully and we went out our way to receive it. It's, the sister is, man, the best to it, bro. Like, I got to make sure we stay respectful towards each other. And I don't take disrespect on this platform when it come to me. And so I'm not going to take it when it come to y'all. You know what I mean?
Here's what as I was saying, bro, and this is why when it comes to things like that, when it comes to spiritual things, I'm mainly for the people that's paying attention. Like I don't feel a need to have to force that on nobody because it's outside of my power. It's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. I don't have to force that on nobody. And if you don't, I'm a good wait and type of see type of brother. Like if you don't have to believe what I'm saying. I'm not asking you to believe what I'm saying. I'm just providing information for you. You can take it if you want. At the end of the day, when I'm telling you about America, you have enough track record to know, to know that to say that any president has saved us, you are misinformed. You have enough information about the structure of this government to know that there's nothing that this government has ever done for the benefit or the uplifting of our people. Even guess what? And most people don't even know that the NAACP was created by white people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even know that. It's about 5 or 7 white people that got with W.E.B. Du Bois and Ida B. Wells, but it was their idea. So even with things that they have that look like it may be for us, no, it's always
even Black Lives Matters is ran by white folks.
Saint Basil. So let me ask you a question, Saint Basil. Why do you think they did that? Like, why do you think that they wanted to be the ones to start it?
This is about control.
Yeah, control.
The thing is about black people is the thing about with the things that do with our people. That's about control. Because why? A gift destroys the heart.
Right.
People will forget their purpose. People will forget their purpose if you give them a bone. Just give them a bone. You see how people acted when they got that PUA money? They forgot that a man's neck got kneeled on for 8 minutes and 32 seconds because they got PUA money. Don't you realize in other countries that's an act of war? To slaughter a man on camera, countries go to war for this. But we march. Why? Because every so now often, they throw you a bone. It'll be okay, black man. It'll be okay, black woman. So yeah, that's all that is. Yeah, we got your best interests at heart. No, you don't. It's too much. I got too much evidence to say otherwise.
Right.
So yeah, I don't. Why is it that in the election we got the message of vote or die? Our lives depend on this, right?
No other race got that message at all.
On the flip side, if you walk through Chinatown, right? Chinatown is in America. Them are Chinese Americans. You think they gave a damn who won the election?
Right.
You think they was talking about, we got to get out and rock the vote? No, because they understand we have our own infrastructure.
I'm sorry, you guys. Pardon me. Empress just hit me up. It was a misunderstanding. She was talking to them in the comments. That was going off. She was telling them that they being weird. She wasn't disagreeing or talking about us as a panel and whatnot. And if she wants to come back in, she's more than welcome. I didn't ban her from the studio. I just took her out and put it down the bottom. I was trying to wait to get some time to type over there, but she's more than welcome to come back in, and she had a platform. So I'm just waiting for her. So she do and so she do come back in. She good. Ronnie Briscoe, I want to welcome you to the platform today. Hi, you guys. This is Ronnie.
How y'all doing?
Briscoe, everybody. I'm pretty sure we all be watching the episode, so we be catching up with each other through something. She had a beautiful point of view. St. Basil, you got a beautiful point of view. I'm pretty sure that a lot of times people could come with a lot of proofs and documents to support their claims. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's the basis of a firm argument, right? I'm gonna bring Empress back in right quick. Pardon me.
Yeah, she did. Am I hearing something? Am I hearing wrong? Did she say she was paid to go out there in March?
Yeah, and that's kind of like what I wanted to get to, but I'll get to that. Let me just say this. A lot of people have their positions in life. I've sat with people who, in my opinion, argument-wise, they debunked me. Argument-wise, I couldn't compete with them. But when it comes down to it, it's about your belief in those things that you believe in. It's about how strong your belief is in those things. And that's really what it comes down to. You feel what I'm saying? Because the sharpest of the sharp could get knocked right off their pedestal if their belief ain't strong. And then the dullest of the dull will stay there because that's where they belief at. You feel what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to know, it's just like that's just a nice way of saying that, you know, opinions is like assholes. Everybody got them, but I do feel enlightened by listening to the indulging in this conversation. Like, honestly, I do feel enlightened between Saint Basil and Empress, and I would love for you guys, for us to have a, you know, a real constructive conversation, maybe just us three, you know what I mean? That'd be a dynamic, you know, a dynamic conversation. Just switching topics from the political specter and going towards the industry. I want to ask you guys this. It's 6 of us here on this panel right now, right? 5 of us are artists, right? Ronnie, you're an artist too. So we right back at the artists, right?
Right.
So we artists too, right? What can we do to affect positive change in Philadelphia and abroad?
I mean, I can start it off and say by most of it be the lyrics on the things that we push the agenda out there. You know, a lot of people, you know, they push a lot of violence, a lot of sex. I just think if they start pushing positive narratives, it'll actually change somewhat. It ain't gonna change all the way, but it'll change somewhat. You understand on how because what it is we have a lot of kids that look up to us, and they actually listen to everything that we talk on and we speak on.
Right.
You know, because they don't really know which way to go, and their brain is like a sponge. They're absorbing everything. So I just think it might be the lyrics. You know.
Okay.
I mean, that's the same thing I was about to say. And the prime example was that St. Basil, because I remember following him about I think it was like a good 8 months ago. And ever since I follow him, like every song that he posts, I literally tune in and listen to word for word. Because everything that he preaches in his songs is a message. It's a positive message for everybody across the board, no matter your skin, shape, form, and no matter what it is. He speaks a positive message for the universe. Like, and that's really where that shit really could kind of be get at. And not to say that that's the end of all, but that's a hell of a step to get shit pushed in the right direction. Because right now, everybody, like Ronnie just said, everybody's pushing these negative narratives, and that's what's resonating to these young boys. These young boys have nothing positive to look up to when it comes to people in the industry. And the people in the industry that do speak that positive message, they tend to get blackballed because the controlling arms of the white folks don't want that message spread amongst us, because once we flip that narrative, they lose a large portion of their power.
Right. I mean, when I listen to St. Basil, I actually try to listen. I don't want to do too much talking. I listen because you can actually learn from what he's talking about, because he actually do know his shit, and you can tell the way he talk and the way he lay it down and the way he formatted. He really know his shit. So every time he speak, I'm all ears. You know.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Honestly speaking, he got.
I'm saying a little bit. I'm saying Basil, little brother that be on.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing about Shady. Shady,
Shady.
Shady don't always be
I'm on all of that shit, Basil. Don't worry about it.
Don't always necessarily be on positive, but Shady music is always speaking a message. There's nothing that Shady put out there that you can't go back and be like, damn, I went through this before. Like, I've been down this road before. I felt like I was going down this road, and it brought me back. Like, I heard plenty of people tell Shady, damn, bro, your words saved my life. Like, you really made me change some shit around. And I'm a prime example of that. Like, there's a lot of shit I listen to between Shady and Basil. Like, they my top 2 artists when they come to the city of Philadelphia, when it really comes to learning something.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised on how intelligent most of these rappers are. You don't get to see it because they push ignorance. But a lot of these rappers is very intelligent and super smart. A lot of people, they know Shady is like super smart, because when he talk, it hit home. You understand? So a lot of people actually they can tell that he's whatever he's speaking on. He did his research and he know his shit.
Right.
Or even if I ain't do my research in the analytical side of things, whatever I'm speaking on is genuine to what I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, It's been times I've been misinformed about situations, and I spoke genuinely on situations that I've been misinformed about based on the information that I had that I thought was correct. Yeah. So it's not necessarily as I'm always right. It's just like I just want you to know that when I step into a story or I step into a situation, I step into that situation with, thinking like for sure I'm coming in and I'm attacking all angles. I got everything covered. But if ever I have to retract, I'm gonna leave room for that also. Because I'm not basing this off of the fact that I've seen it. I base it off the fact of these sources. So if these sources is confirmed with everybody, cool. But if it's not confirmed, and it comes to the point where as though these things it's been reported that everything is misinformed, then I go back and I say, hey, based off the misinformation or disinformation that I received from these people right here, I have to retract this statement.
Right, you man enough to admit when you right or when you wrong, and that's what a lot of people lack.
This keeps the integrity in journalism. It's code, conduct that you have to have. St. Basil, ethos, pathos, logos. It's codes and conducts that you have to abide by as a journalist, whether you're doing visual or written, whatever the case may be. If you're a journalist, it's codes and conduct that you have to abide by. Same way as a rapper, honestly. You have to make sure that this story is truthful. You understand what I'm saying? You have to make sure it's logical. Right. You have to make sure it's like morally correct. It's a lot of things that you have to do to make sure a story is right. And it all boils down to ethos, pathos, logos, and anybody can look those things up and see how they correlate with being a journalist. Yeah. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. We have a responsibility to get to the nitty gritty. We got a responsibility as journalists, as whatever people want to, bloggers, vloggers, webcasters, podcasters, whatever. We have a responsibility once we take these public platforms, acting like we know what the fuck we talking about. We have a public responsibility at that point to know what we talking about.
Yeah, your vocabulary, like, it's just crazy. It lets you know that your competence is on a whole nother level. You understand?
Yeah, I fuck up sometimes. St. Basil come behind me.
Yeah, but you can just tell from that though.
I fuck up sometimes. I start acting like my man Johnny Mac. Hey, Basil. Oh, go ahead. What you say, Cassie?
I was going to say it's not only the lyrics, but it's also the frequency of the music you're listening to as well. How is your track? What is the composition of it? How is it composed so that you can keep people on high vibrations and make sure that you're resonating the emotion that you want them to feel. It's not just the lyrics, it's also about the frequency of the music.
Right.
So basically,
Empress, are you here, Empress? She said she's not on the stream on YouTube. I don't know how to do it like that. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Tell her to go back out and come back in from the very beginning.
Well, we already shut it down.
No,
we had an
it's
hour
not
40.
the stream. It's the YouTube. I'm blocked in the chat, so I can't type.
Oh, I gotta go on YouTube and do that. I don't know how to do that. Because I'm not even on YouTube right now. I'm on StreamYard.
Oh, that's what I was saying. No, I'm not blocked on StreamYard though.
Oh, all right, okay. All right, so check it out, you guys. We had an hour and 40 minutes. If anybody want to close out with anything, you understand what I'm saying? You can. Me, myself, I'm letting y'all know. Check me out. I'll put the headphones down, but was supposed to fold the laundry. I'm telling y'all, it is crunch time right now for me. Was supposed to fold the laundry. That's the only thing I signed up for today, and I am blowing it. You feel me? You know what I mean? So y'all go ahead, y'all let me know what's going on. I'm sitting back, man. Y'all go ahead and take the show. Hold on.
All right, I want to ask, what's your name again?
Empress.
Yeah, Empress. What's your yeah. Whatever. What you just said.
Whatever. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. What the statement that you just said as far as the music? What was you meaning like as far as the structure?
Oh, I didn't. That was Miss Cassie.
Oh,
I
that
didn't.
was Cassie. That was Cassie.
Oh yeah, Cassie. I'm sorry. Yeah, Miss Cassie. I'm sorry. Is that what you meant? Like as far as the way it's structured, the music is structured?
The structure, how the track is composed, what vibrations it's playing on. So are you on the high end, or do you got a lot of low levels? You got a lot of 808s in it. A lot of times when you're trying to make some type of healing music, like the Buddhists do it a lot, it's everything's vibrating on a higher frequency to kind of keep you up, keep you happy, keep you lifted, make you feel good.
I get it.
So vibrations affect people's emotions. That's why if you listen to like a real hard ass song, and a song is like talking about how they gonna fuck some shit up, but then you got these lower vibrations playing in the background, and it's taking you to that negative place. You feel angry.
Right. I get it. Okay, I get it. So who's closing out? You still here? Is
Shady might be folded clothes.
Yeah, Shady. Yeah. Oh, Shady in the chat room. Shady said, "Cassie carried me. I'll be back in 5 minutes."
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to give everybody an opportunity to just reintroduce themselves and say a little goodbye and tell us what you guys got coming down the pipeline.
Well, me, I'm Ronnie Briscoe. I'm just starting to work with Shady on this podcast thing. We got a couple other things going on in the making, so just look out for that.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
St. Basil.
Yes. Well, I am St. Basil. I'm a hip hop recording artist as well as an executive at this point. Because once I get done my last EP and album, then I'll be going into an executive role with GXMG. So I got a couple of singles out there right now. Just trying to finish this EP up, and then after that, we see how it go. The album will be here in the summertime, hopefully. Voice of the people, and that's pretty much it.
Good luck with that, bro.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I definitely got a whole studio and everything too. I'm an engineer and all that too. So if you ever need any help, just reach out.
Definitely. And what I will say, this is another thing I want, because it was something about the music. That also, this is something that I know because again, like being involved in it for so long and being through different deals and just being in a boardroom and stuff like that. What I will tell you is this: when you're a young black man that come from poverty, not even a black man. This is like black young man, teenagers age. This is why they like push that you got to be like a certain type of age to do hip hop. They don't put that on no other genre of music. That's pretty much hip hop, where you got to be 18, 19. You can't do it. You you're too old to rap. But
I don't know what I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but what age did Rick Ross come in at? Was it like 30 something, right?
Yeah, I mean, Ross was young. He was younger than that, but even with that, they lie about their age. The reason I was saying that is this: it's almost like you get these young men from poverty, and then you put a certain type of money that they never seen before, and you're not going to accept any messages that are non-self-destructive. You're only going to accept messages of self-destruction. It ain't got nothing to do with music. It's self-destructive. And then we put a nice little beat behind it or whatever. But then we'll push it as a label. That's all agenda. And what you're doing is you're preying off the poverty of the young man. You understand that? You got program directors that spin a certain type of music, a certain such thing called programming. It ain't that you like it. It's that you hear it so much and then you start to like it. Or somebody else told you it was hot. And then you got these young men that's out here. What happened is young men see that they want to get out the hood, so they're just going to copy what the last person did. They don't necessarily believe it, but they'll copy it because they figured that's the ticket out. So then you got this perpetuation. This is just perpetuated, more negative, more self-destruction, more, and then they just feed it. We paint. We sell trauma. We sell all types of destructive behavior, whether it's breaking down the family structure, whatever, and we just package it up and we make it cool.
Mm-hmm.
But there are people that's behind it, behind the scenes, and that motivate that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I will say about the negative messages in hip hop. It's not really so much us we have to be accountable, but it's not us. So to say, I know that there are higher motivations behind it. I've seen it play out before my eyes.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's dope, but the message is just a little too positive. And I'm looking like a little too. What the hell is a little too positive? What is that? What is a little too positive? So they can talk
it's not negative.
each other, and this homie is a pack, and that homie is a pack, and we smoking on this dude, and that's hot. But you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing on the contrary to that. So, it's not just that we just sit back and just want to be negative people. Poverty is the motivation. People who don't want to be in these conditions no more. So
right.
they take what's put in front of them. So we just got to get to these young fellas, man, and just give them better options.
Right.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna have to revisit that topic because I believe that we can just go so much deeper on that. I want to also give Miss Empress an opportunity to kind of tell us what she has going on, and also thank her for coming on the show and being a guest. She there?
Peace, thank you. Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. My thing is like, I don't know, it takes us a minute, but thank you for having me. I do have a website, but I'm not plugging myself at all. I don't want to tell y'all my credentials because I'm not my title. I do a lot of different things, write books, talk, sing, poetry, dance, art, all that, a many array of things. So, but yeah, if y'all want to meet Miss Cassie, if you want to get with me like on the personal level, I could definitely give you my Instagram and things like that. You seem a little bit more about my my understandings of life anyway over the panel. No offense to y'all fellas, y'all definitely could get into some feminine energy, but that's what my focus is on, the divine feminine.
Thank you so much. And last but not least, I'm so sorry I didn't get your name.
Ant-Man.
Amen.
Yeah.
I'm
not an artist or nothing. I'm just a regular typical guy with a family trying to build generational wealth at this point. Honestly, like I'm not an artist. I've been around people that rap my whole life, but I never really took to that. Never wanted to partake in that.
That's still extraordinary. You have a family, you got things going on. I'm pretty sure you making a way for yourself, and you're still a positive, beautiful imprint on this world. So let's highlight that, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. That's really like my biggest focus. I got 3 kids. I'm saying I focus on my family and my wife. Like everything else outside of that realm is just like okay, whatever. But I really wanted to join in on this joint because it was a lot of knowledge being brought that I wasn't really able to catch just watching it.
Well, thank you for being a part of it. We were very happy to have you. We're very happy to have everyone.
Briscoe, I sent you a DM too, Ronnie.
All right, that's cool.
All right.
All right. Nice meeting you guys.
It was nice meeting you as well.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
All right.
I guess I still gotta close it out for Shady. This is the Shady Show. I'm Cassandra Shade. My co-host is Folding Clothes. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and really following along with this discussion. It was very deep. There were so many things addressed. If you want to look for me, I'm on Instagram, Facebook. My music is on all streaming platforms if you want to check it out. And my photos and my music videos on YouTube if you want to check that out as well.
Oh, you're also an artist? You're an artist too?
Yes.
What's your Instagram?
Cassandra_Shade.
Let's see. You know what? Just Send me a request. Mine is Ronnie_Briscoe.
Sure thing.
Yep. Shady, you back?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was just sitting there teaching my daughter how to make Chinese corners. I had to. So I did the laundry right quick.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we did knock the bed out. We got the bed straight first. We said, look, we gotta get this bed straight first. Help me out with this bed. Boom, boom, let's change these sheets right quick. So I just taught my daughter how to do Chinese corners. You know how to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, yeah, but I was listening the whole time. I could hear everything that was going on.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate you guys for. Hey, you know what, man?
Is that her, Shady?
This is the show.
Is that her though? Is
yeah,
that's gonna be her?
Yeah, this is the show right here.
Okay.
Right, Cassie Shade, Trendsetter Shady.
Let's do it.
This is the Shady Show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
we look good together too.
They looking at the face of the Shady Show. You know what I mean? They're looking at the face of the Shady Show. I do have my guy that's gonna roll in from time to time. My guy Payroll and Boss Prima Donna. They're rolling from time to time. But this is the Shady Show right here, and this is the decision I've chose to rock with. This is the crew I feel comfortable with. I'm sorry for my disorganization. I was trying to figure out how to make the correlation between night show and the day show, and it had me chasing around an extra person, whereas I would just say, like, Cassie, I will formally invite you here for the Wake and Bake show also, and we'll figure it out. You get what I'm saying? So you all together, I just want to be able to provide a platform for ourselves and others where it's just is real. You know what I mean? It's a reality. So this is the lineup for the Shady Show. Ronnie Briscoe, Cassie Shade, Trendsetter Shady. They better get used to us. You know what I mean? And on top of that, we bringing the risk takers back.
Awesome.
So as far as they understand, as far as they know, they need to know I'm the leader of the division. They're gonna remember the risk takers. And we out of here, y'all, man. It's been a beautiful episode. This episode was brought to y'all by us. And shout out to that. This is it. Imperador. Okay, this one of them words again. Imperador. Shout out to the Imperador. Boom. You know what I mean? This joint just smoked for an hour and a half straight. Did y'all see that?
No, I ain't see that.
Joint smoked for an hour and a half straight. Unbelievable. You hear me?
Wow.
So I'm gonna let that go. All right. So listen, man, you guys stick around backstage. Much love to all you guys who stuck around. You feel what I'm saying?